Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we will be going through my completed pages for April. It is April 29th. I don't think I'm going to be finishing any more pages. If I do, they will be included in the May completed pages. So this first picture is March's picture for the Kelly O'Gorman calendar, which you can purchase this calendar. I started coloring, and when I went through with markers, it kind of got damaged. The first picture, so just a note, guys, this is the Kelly O'Gorman calendar. So this is what we did for January. We did this on a live stream, I believe. So I like the way Alice came out. Really nice combinations of stuff. But I learned that you can't use marker with this paper because it bleeds through, so just a note, guys. So then most of you saw me do this one on stream as well. But I have forgotten to include some of these pages in previous months, so well, you might get them. And then this one is March's one, which I believe I did a lot of this on stream, if not all of it on stream. And then the one that I'm currently working on in this book is the hen for April. So this is April's picture, so I'm working on this one. We started this on camera, so during a live stream, so I might do it off camera, so. The next one that I have is an individual page. Now this one comes from a book. This picture is done on, this is Copic marker paper. Yes, they do sell it on Amazon, so you can purchase this, but this comes from a book called Lovileness by Grazia Salvo. Now you remember Grazia Salvo because she does the small little calendar and she's known for flowers and gems. And she also has another book called Enchanted Creature. Well, if you go to Grazia Salvo's Etsy store, she has 2 or 3 other books there that you can purchase. And you can purchase Loveliness and Kindness in print, but the shipping cost is really expensive. So I bought this book, Loveliness, in PDF format, so I can print it on the paper I like. And this was all done with Copic markers. I really like it. And as you can see, I dated it 4/27/2019. The next one comes from Colorful Scriptures by Color. I like this book because it has a lot of beautiful sayings down. This one was done entirely in marker base. I did this entirely with, I think, my small meaning markers, my Dick Blick markers. I did not use my Copics on this paper, but Copics go really down well on the Color It book paper for whatever reason. Yes, the problem with spiral bound books. So that was the one that I did. I really like them because they have a really good, colored books have a really nice thing to them. The next book is also going to be from Color It. This is called Colorful Quilts. Now this book, you would think that this book would be all about quilts, and it really is a quilt book, but it also has some really nice home-based scenes. Now this one I did with Dick Blick markers, and I did this with my small meaning markers. I really like this a lot. They have some really good scenes in this book. So it's a really good book if you like nature scenes and home-based scenes. Now this is a book that I have actually fallen in love with. This book, I did a lot of pictures in this book this month. I absolutely 100% love this book to pieces. So this was from last month. As you can tell, I put stickies on every page of this book. This is done with marker base, and then I put pencil over it to take out the lines and the streaks. I utterly love the faces and the portraits, and this is the style of book that I like from Deborah and Muller. You can purchase this on Amazon. This book is done almost entirely in markers. Then I did this one. Actually, the yellow may look a little different because what happened was I started it off with a different yellow from a different marker, then I had to finish it in Dick Blick markers because to match the yellow, to finish the yellow, because the yellow ran out in one marker, so I tried to find a similar color. Now this one, I just finished doing this one. I had to use a little pencil to take out the marker line because the marker was drying up, and so I had to refill it. So I used my Dick Blick markers on this one. And I used a luminance pencil for the lips. The red stuff is pencil base, if you're wondering. Yeah, the red eye, the white eye, the little purple red, that's a luminance pencil. So I used a luminance pencil and a Prismacolor pencil as well in this one. You can tell I always use blotters. This one, I really like this one. This one was fun, just to do some different colors that you don't see together, is what I was trying to do. A lot of people saw this one on Instagram and they fell in love with this one, a purple-haired girl. I'd been wanting to do a purple-haired one. So that was that book. Then we go to Mystical Fantasy by Molly Harrison. I did this one completely in markers. I have a few works in progress in this book, but here's one that I'm working on. I just did her hair, so. This one I did totally in markers. I did this with Dick Blick markers, my small meaning markers, and my Zangji markers. So I really have a fondness for markers in some of the Create Space books. The next book comes from Color It Mandalas too. I lately have gotten into doing Color It Mandalas. Now this one was done with Copics and Dick Blicks. They're just a color scheme. Was something different, and I wanted to try and do something a little bit different than, you know. And I liked how this came out. I included the pinks and the purples and the blues later on in it, just to make it pop a little bit more. So this one was done with Copics and Dick Blicks. I will try and leave links to everything that I purchased, and this is my customized coloring book from Jennifer Stay. Now, I picked out all the pictures in this book. Basically, I've gotten a lot done in this book. Not everything, but here's one I did. And I did this with glitter, some gel pens. And the gel pens didn't actually come out in this picture. For some reason, they're not coming out in this picture. And then this is a grayscale image that I did completely with my Copic markers. I want you guys to see that you can do grayscale with markers as well. This is, I picked this image purposely. So this one I did with, this one was a grayscale image that I liked, and I did it with my Copic, so. But that would be nice to show you that you can work with Copics in some of these books. Don't be afraid to use your markers, because they're there for you to use. Then because it was Easter time, I did a few pictures in the Easter Bliss book. Now I did quite a lot in this book actually this month. Done quite a lot in this book. Here's one that I'm working on, and then I realized that because I used a different brand of pencil, I gotta try and figure out what green I used to match the green at least, or come close to it. So this is something I'm working on. I'm also working on this one. I was working on this one. I'm not sure if this was pencil or marker. Done quite a lot in this book actually. This one I started off in pencil, and then I finished her off in marker. Now this is an interesting one because this was done with Cali Arts and Dick Blicks. I really like this pig. Only thing, the pig didn't come out as light pink as I wanted to. I chose too dark of a pink marker for this book. And those were the ones that I did in that one. So I did some work with pencils too this month. You know, I do a lot of work with markers, but I also do a lot of work with my pencils. I love working with things. Yeah, because sometimes I have to get up from my seat and put them on the couch so I can have them easier for me to carry them up. Now this comes because it was Color in Heaven magazine month, which I was co-hosting with the wonderful Shalene of Coloring Book Nook and Kate's Color in Heaven. I just thought it was just a fun picture, and this is what we finished Color in Heaven magazine off with. I thought this picture was adorable, and it was just so much fun to do. I like the Color in Heaven magazines a lot. They're fun to color. So this gave me a chance to color some books that I, have on the shelves and sometimes don't get to color from. Then I colored from Maskara. This was all done with marker. Some of you may have seen this picture on Instagram and Facebook. I really enjoyed, I enjoy Mardel's work, I really do. And markers go down very well, but they still bleed through. So if you want to see the back of the page, this is how you can tell that you have a nice juicy marker, because it shows through the page. So keep that in mind when you do stuff with the work that you're going to do. Then, after I had seen May Brox has done some amazing work in this book along with Dee Dee Wilhelm. But I saw a picture that she did in this book, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to continue working in this book. This is Epic Journeys coloring book, Other Worlds, Tons of Fantasy. And so basically I chose the second picture in this book. This one you guys remember because I did this on camera with you, but this is the second page of that book, so I did that. And then I also started this one as well, so you guys can see that I am doing the book in order. Then we have Original Bliss, which I like the pictures in this, and I've done quite a lot of pages in this one. I did this one. I just thought this was such a fun page to do. I did this with several brands of markers. I can't remember which ones. I need to start writing down what I do them with, because they're just a great deal of fun to color. And then we did some stuff with mandalas. I haven't even posted these yet. I got back into doing mandalas again. And this comes from 50 Beautiful Mandalas. This I did with my small meaning markers and my Cali Arts. This as well, but I think I did this with my Zangji markers. So that is that. So I don't really care about the Sudoku puzzles. I just like to do the mandalas. Then we did colorful unicorns, and I did this page, which I haven't even posted. Some of these pictures you guys may have seen, and some of these I haven't even posted yet. This is one I haven't even posted yet, guys, but I love the way this picture came out. This was a combination of pencils and markers and gel pens. Some of you guys can't see it, but this is gel pen. The little gold things in here, or the yellow things in here, that's gel pen. So you guys can't really see it, but I did use some gel pens in this as well. So it's just a little bit of sparkle. I know Pickle would like sparkle. Now this one we did on a live stream. This comes from the Color in Heaven Gothic Fairies. This one we did on camera, on live stream, and her name is Megan, and she's a Gothic fairy. The thing about this book is that I like it because, I don't get a lot of this author's work, Micah Jelena. She's an Etsy artist. Some of you may have seen that I had posted a flip through of her second coloring book that she had from Collection 2. So that's that one. The next one comes from Chibi Girls, which I have a few works in progress in this one. This one I enjoyed doing. This marker died on me, so I had to use a different color scheme. Then there's this little cheerleader, which I loved doing this little cheerleader. She was so much fun to do. I do miss the PDFs that they used to have with the Jade Summer books. I enjoy doing that book immensely. Where's one that I'm working on? Here's one that I'm working on right now. This is a work in progress. I do hope to finish this one by next month, so that's what I'm working on. There are a few pictures in here that I am working on. I just love this book. There's one with the school teacher I'm working on, too. I'm trying to find the other one that I'm working on, guys. I eventually intend to work on this girl again. If you guys remember, I did this picture I did a picture of this and I messed up her skin, so then her skin had to be pink, and she turned out to be a pink elf. So at some point I want to work back on that picture again, because that's one that and here's my little golf girl, which I love my little golf girl. Here's another one that I started. I really like this one. I started doing her, so that's the one that I started. Here's another one that I'm working on. So, some of you can tell. Those are some of the pictures that I'm working on for her. The next one is Hannah Lynn's Enchanted Faces. I did this one entirely in marker. No pencil whatsoever. I enjoyed working on that one. The next book comes from Myth and Fantasy. That's not the page. This little fairy. I did this with pencils and markers, so lots of color. I did the clouds in white pencil. So that's one that I did, that I enjoyed doing. I sorted the collection into two piles. That is spiral bound and that is not spiral bound. Fairies 2 by Karron. Now, I love this book. My mother really likes the pictures in this book a lot. This is one that I did in markers. I loved it. I use markers in this book because the paper is very friendly for markers in this book. It's more marker friendly than pencil friendly, I find. That's not to say that you can't do pencil, because I've seen people do pencil with this book too, so I just prefer markers with this paper. That's just me personally. Jade Summer 100 Magical Patterns. Now we colored this one in. Then I also did this one. I like this book because it has a lot of patterns and mandalas and things like that. You know, sometimes you just want something simple and mindless to color, and I like it. I recently started getting back into doing mandalas. I don't know why, what caused that to happen. Then I got this one. This is called Dream Rooms coloring book. I think this is either a Japanese or Korean coloring book. I can't remember, but I did this page with Prismacolor Tombow irritants, and I'm working on quite a few pages. I'm working on this one. The moment. I think this is instructions on how you build a dollhouse. I'm also working on this one. I'm also working on this picture too. So there are a couple of pictures that I'm working on in that one. Valentine's Day Bliss. This one I definitely did with markers. This is all strawberries. Yum yum. I wanted to do different kinds of strawberries. And different reds from different marker brands. This one is called Down to Earth, illustrated by Samatri Arya Moon. And this one I did with markers, no pencils whatsoever. I forget which markers I used, but they were nice markers. Daughters of the Sea. Now this one I did, this one is a newer coloring book to the collection. This is from Mystic Art Mirrors. This is actually the other coloring book. I think there are 3 coloring books that she has. This one, Mermaid and Friends, and now the fairy tale ones. So this is what I did. I did this entirely with Prismacolor. I straight colored this. Guys, I'm not even kidding. I straight colored it. No blending, none whatsoever. I did this straight up. I colored it. Then comes Sakeums. Now, I basically use my Copics on this book. And on this picture, I used Copics. I just really enjoy Copics tremendously. I like the way they perform. On this book, Copic markers perform beautifully. But you do have to have a blotter page. That's my only advice if you're working in this book, if you use markers. The next one, we did this during a live stream. I did this with Arteza Everblend and a couple of other markers, but there is a live stream on how I did this book, on how I did this picture. This is Color in Heaven, the Misfit special. I just thought it was going to be something fun to do and different to do. Colorful Seasons, adult coloring book. Now this is a really fun book because it has a lot of pictures from different seasons, and so you can color it a lot of different ways. And I did this one, little ladybugs, and just something fun for spring. I thought that would be a fun thing to do. And then this next one, Romantic Country, the Third Tale. I did this picture in a lot of different pencils. Now, a lot of you may have seen this as a 2-parter because I couldn't fit it in my camera. I'm having trouble fitting it even in this camera. But this was done with several different pencils. What I did with this page is I used it as a tester. Page Prismas, Polychromos, Luminance, my Pisazon pencils, my Castle Art pencils. So you guys can tell that I finished it up with my polys, but I used a lot of different pencils to do this one. And then I used this one too. This was done with my Prismas and my polys. Just so you guys know that I did this one too. So then the last picture is from Steampunk Darlings. This was a big time, and I did this all in marker. This is from Steampunk Darlings, which I love this book, and I love this picture. I think this picture is absolutely beautiful. So guys, that is the picture that I did. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and happy coloring, everybody.